Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are situated at FedEx Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Forced out to his left. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a first down for the Redskins on a pickup of 11.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Kill. Take four.
From the 41, Haskins. Flush to his right. It's caught. Smith. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Watch the pass. Bang, bang. Short. 58 to Mike. 58 to Mike. Let's go.
From midfield now, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones, one of the best athletes to ever come out of Rochester, New York, in for the sack. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18, and he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hey, motion. 58. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Wide open receiver, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Certainly not what they wanted defensively. We're hoping to hold them to a field goal. Instead, they're able to convert the 3rd and long here on the opening drive.
So not only was it a flipping field position and a flipping fortunes, but how about mentally? You just described it. They were hoping to force them into a field goal there. Instead, they give up the big gain, and now it's 1st and goal. The offense has got them on their heels.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Who's that?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
58 to Mike. Here we go. 58.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. from 3 yards out. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. The touchdown giving them the first quarter lead. Remember, they lost a rough game 2 weeks ago. Then they had to sit through the open week, but a good start here.
And just think about everyone around them, everyone around the organization. When you lose headed into that open week, everyone's cringing because you don't have a chance to get on the horse and ride it again for at least 2 weeks. Well, they were able to take that time, use it constructively, and now they're back in form.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creep.
General West. Hey, box drop. Yep. Hey, Jack. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Andy Isabella, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken in at the 1.
The Redskins take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They'll run it now out of the gun. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 22, Haskins. He finds Hopkins complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Switch gears. Check it back or check it. Zip it. I got motion. 58. 58 to Mike.
Off the play fake. Here's Haskins. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Check.
Now it's Haskins. And a catch made by Hopkins. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Third down. Here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That was Patrick Peterson from his cornerback spot whirling in for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Kill. Check. Fresno. Check 43.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10.
Recon, 132 fighter.
He'll look to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
You got tight right there. He's crashing. He's checking.
Go out.
36.
There. Fight.
This is Fournette.
Watch the quick.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A gain of 10, 1st down, Arizona.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another 1st down with that run.
They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Redskins.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. They're going to look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Look at me. Zipper. Lucky. On the ball. Get it.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 20.
By Chris Harris. A 4-yard pickup on the play. And a Cardinal 1st down.
Here we go. Set. 8, read.
Pick it up. Pick it up.
Go.
You got motion man right there.
Hey, Echo.
50, Mike 50. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Ready.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Isabella. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 2nd and 7, Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Final play of the half, it's Haskins. And this one complete to Smith. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
218, chopper.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Hey.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 45-yard line.
18,
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He'll drop to throw. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Ready, break.
50 to mark.
General West, bravo.
Out, 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 out.
Yeah.
Pretty quiet.
Hey, stand off. Hey, lock it.
Check Nick.
Sleep him.
2nd and 10. Ball's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Andy Isabella, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the shit.
On 1st down, it's Haskins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Watch the whip.
45-yard line.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Haskins. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
They can't hang with that.
Now Haskins to throw it. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
And so let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he's with Washington, 22 straight completions to start a game. This guy is on fire.
Here's Haskins. He's got Smith here. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And that hits off the left upright, and it caroms away, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it could be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They'll drop to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Go! Go!
He's coming.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here now, Johnny Townsend. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football, but trailing here as we get down to the good stuff. Quarter number 4. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Haskins will throw, and he's going to go down again. Jeremiah Tauchu. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Let's bring it. Go. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home. Stay at home.
They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Haskins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Haskins now just 1 misfire so far after that last completion. 15 of 16. It's 1st down.
58, boy, 58, 58, Mike.
From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. They go play action now. Haskins into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Go out. There. Get it.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Look at me. Zipper. Leo. Look at me. Go. Switch. Ready?
Back to throw here. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Cardinals push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Redskins take over.
Let's go.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? The Redskins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Slam, go. 58, right over there.
3rd down, here's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. On the return is Peterson. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Cards will take over first and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Check 52.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. There he goes right side. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for the Redskins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
The extra point up and good, and that will cut the lead down to 15. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Got it.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have two, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A big play there. With his second TD of the game, his sixth on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big pickup of 38. Now Haskins on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
On play action, Haskins nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Watch tight end. Hey, we got 4. We got 4. Big end. Go. Play. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Go. Motion. Hustle.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Haskins. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Coming this way. Here we go. Hey. At 58, 58's the money. You better me. You better be afraid of me.
They're going on 4th down. Haskins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Hey, Zoo. Yo, go. On the ball. Hit it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Touchdown, Cardinals! As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Well, I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
And we'll see if they go back to base. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. One final shot for Haskins. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys are just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Cards, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.